Good morning. Today is May the 2nd, 2023, and this is Lonnie with Crafty Traveler. We are in Oklahoma at the Onapah RV Park. That could be pronounced Onapa, not Onapah. Not sure. And if you haven't seen the video about the park, I'll try and post it here. Today, Snickers and I are going to the Honey Springs Battelfield, which was a battlefield that occurred during the Civil War on July 17th, 1863. So we're going to go there, look around, go to the visitor center. So I'll show you what we see. Stay tuned for more. Hello, you have found my channel, The Crafty Traveler. My name is Lonnie, and I am a 71-year-old female who loves to camp and travel. I'm saying goodbye to my husband for the next 4 months as I travel across country with my little schnauzer Snickers. We're traveling in my Mini Winnie and towing my Honda. Come and subscribe to my channel and follow our adventures. Thanks for watching. This is Adam Lynn, and he is the site director of Honey Springs Battelfield. And this sweet lady is Gloria, who is the site director assistant and was so nice to meet me at the door, and as well as Adam, and show me things I could see.
So this video was filmed a couple of years ago, back in 2019, and it was filmed on the battlefield, which it's really neat to show this to people because not only is it a good video, it also gives people a point of reference, and so you can see where some of these things took place on the battlefield trails, and you can go and walk to some of these trails where this happened. So the film itself debuted in late 21 here at the visitor center, and it has been entered in numerous festivals, film festivals, both statewide, but also throughout the country and internationally. Most recently in India at the Kalakari Film Festival, which they won. It won the Best Short Documentary, and here recently, as well as World Fest in Houston, also won Best Short Documentary. So
can it be viewed online?
It can. It can be viewed online. It's free Filmway, and just type in the Battle of Honey Springs, and you can view it online.
All right. Thank you so much.
So very well.
Tactics used at the Battle of Honey Springs. Union and Confederate forces employed different tactics at the Battle of Honey Springs. Union forces, through aggressive maneuvers, were directed to stay on the offensive with the ultimate goal of driving Confederate forces out of Honey Springs Depot before the Confederates had opportunity to organize a mass attack on Union-held Fort Gibson, located only 40 miles northeast of Honey Springs. Preparations for battle. Confederate troops at Honey Springs prepared in March on Fort Gibson and awaiting the arrival of approximately 3,000 reinforcements and additional artillery from Fort Smith on July 27th, under the command of Brigadier General William L. Campbell. In command of the Confederate forces at Honey Springs was Brigadier General Douglas H. Cooper, a former United States Choctaw Chickasaw Indian agent and officer, a veteran of the Mexican War. The Union advanced. After receiving 6 days' rations at Fort Gibson, the Federal troops crossed the rain-soaked Arkansas River on flatboats. Around midnight during the rainstorm, they drove an enemy scouting party away. Then, without rest, the cavalry leading the column of troops began the long march south on Texas Road toward the Confederate stronghold. At daybreak, July 17th, Confederates' advanced units were encountered at Chimney Mountain. They were driven back into the main body of the Confederate Army. After their short bivouac, Blunt ordered the troops into 2 columns, one on each side of the road, and they marched southward across an open prairie, advancing quickly toward Elk Creek, about 1/4 mile from where the Confederates waited them at the edge of the timber. Trying to gain the advantage, Blunt ordered the 1st Kansas Infantry of colored men to capture the Confederate artillery. Their commander ordered them to fix bayonets and move forward. From this point, the Federal line advanced toward the woods into 60 paces of the Confederate line. The brush and heavy smoke severely limited visibility. And this is how they approached each other. The battle for the bridge. After the left end of the Confederate center was flanked and the units on the Texas Road broke, Confederates began to general withdrawal toward the bridge. Cooper ordered his troops to make a stand on the north side of the Elk Creek while his artillery moved to safety across the bridge. Cooper ordered the Creek regiments stationed on the high ground to the north of the creek to support the withdrawal across Elk Creek. Confederate troops managed to slow the Union advance for a while. Cooper had stationed a reserve force to guard the stores of supplies and wagon trains, but as the battle progressed, he ordered Scanlon's and Gillette squadrons to join the Creek regiments protecting the left flank. When the troops guarding the bridge gave way, Cooper sent for Colonel Walker's 1st Chickasaw Regiment, who arrived just in time to delay the Union and advance across the prairie. Colonel Tandy Walker and the reserved Chickasaw Regiment and the Texas squadrons made a last stand to hold off the Union advance. The Battle of Honey Springs was over. Exhausted by the long march from Fort Gibson and a hard day's fight, Union troops did not pursue the retreating Confederates very far. They were ordered to salvage any unusable Confederate supplies. From the still smoldering buildings. In the meantime, Cooper's units marched east towards Fort Smith as a Confederate force under General Campbell appeared near Honey Springs via the Briartown Road. This was an attempt by General Cooper to deceive General Blunt into believing Confederate forces were uniting with General Campbell's forces for another Confederate attack. On April 9, 1865, General Robert E. Lee's surrender at Appomattox sealed the Confederates' fate, but it was some time before Western generals accepted its demise. The last Confederate general to capitulate was Indian Territory's own Stand Watie, who did so on June 23, 1865, at Dokesville. This mural depicts the Battle of Honey Springs. Firearms and ammunition that were used during the battle. This demonstrates the different uniforms of both sides and the equipment and the cannons that they used. So that's the Union, and this is the Confederate Army. And the native This is part of the Honey Springs Battelfield, and Honey Springs Depot was on the Texas Road, was located around this area. These are memorials of the 5 different regiments, people that fought in this battle. First of all, the United States Union Army. 5 civilized tribes at the Battle of Honey Springs are depicted here. The Indian units: 1st Indian Home Guard, Cherokee; 2nd Indian Home Guard, Cherokee; Chakota Regiment, 1st, 2nd Chakota Regiment, 1st Chickasaw and Chakota Regiment, Cherokee Regiment, 1st Crete Regiment, 2nd Crete Regiment, and the Seminole detachments. This monument is representing the 1st Regiment Kansas Colored Volunteers, 1863 to 1865. The final engagement occurred here in this field. The last organized Confederate resistance occurred here. Federal troops pushed south along the Texas Road towards Honey Springs Depot. They encountered the 1st Choctaw and Chickasaw Regiment. This picture is of William Frederick McIntosh, 1824 to 1898. He was the 2nd son of Chili McIntosh and Leah Porter. He served under his uncle, Daniel Newman McIntosh, as the captain of the 1st Regiment of the Creek Mounted Volunteers. This is a Creek Chickasaw cemetery. It is a private cemetery. Look at the beautiful flowers in the cemetery. There are a number of paths and hiking trails and have many storyboards, but I didn't walk them. I think you get the basic idea of the terrain and the battle itself. Well, I think I started at the end of the battle and came to the beginning of the battle, but that's okay. I hope you enjoyed the video of the visitor center, the presentation by Adam. And if you want to see the movie that I saw, go to this website. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. Honey Springs Battelfield. Thank you for watching. Stay crafty, smart, creative, and safe. Bye now.